off of your license, and in some cases, it will keep your license from being suspended. So let me just start with Ms. Cisneros. Ms. Cisneros, you were charged with,
Paying no insurance.
all right, and what is your plea to that charge?
Yes, I wanted to see if we could work something out because the insurance was in progress. So they gave me a paper saying that they did put it the next day that I got stopped, like the next.
So technically, if you didn't have it on the day of the stop, that you're guilty of the offense. Now you can plead not guilty to it and take it to trial, but the document that you present to the court is going to have to state that there was coverage on the day that you got the ticket, which was on November 17th of 2022. If you don't have any proof of that, then the court more than likely will find you guilty of the offense. But it's up to you. This is a stage where you make the determination on which one you want to do, if you want to choose to move forward. I will tell you this, that charge of failure to maintain insurance is a suspendable offense. So if the court finds you guilty of the offense, then your license will be suspended. A NOLO will stop the suspension from occurring. That is an option that you do have because it is available to you. So how do you want to proceed?
What about the NOLO?
You want to do the NOLO?
Which one is the NOLO? Can you explain more about it?
Yeah, so NOLO on moving violations and document charges, specific charges that are suspendable offenses like this one is, it will stop a suspension of your license. So there are three charges that we mostly see here in traffic court, which are driving on a suspended license, driving on a suspended or canceled registration, or driving without insurance. Those are all suspendable license charges. So if you're found guilty, or if you plead guilty to them, your license will be suspended. The court has no discretion in that matter. We have to take your license today. If you NOLO, you avoid the suspension. Did you catch that?
The NOLO is like it was suspended only, or
No, the NOLO will stop your license from being suspended. So if you plead NOLO, you get to keep your license. If you plead guilty, or if you're found guilty, your license will be suspended.
And do you know how I could get my license back, or you wouldn't like?
How you can get it back? You don't currently have a valid license?
Yeah, I have a valid license.
Okay, so if you plead NOLO today, you get to keep your license. It won't be suspended.
But what are the consequences of the NOLO? That I'll have to go back in court, or?
No, you plead NOLO, court's over with today, your license, you get to keep your license, you just have to pay a fine.
Okay, then I'll do the NOLO, and I'll just pay.
Okay, so Ms. Yates, what is the fine amount for that?
$585.
$585. You know what? You wrote it on my calendar.
And
So, Ms. Cisneros, you'll have to pay $585. We can accept the NOLO. Are you able to pay that amount in 2 weeks, or do you need longer?
can I get 3 weeks?
Okay, so we're gonna send you, did you put your email into the chat?
Yes, I did.
All right, and we have that, Ms. Payton, I mean, Ms. Yates.
Yes, we got it.
2 weeks, okay. All right, so we're gonna send you an email. Look out for an email from the court. It's gonna include your plea form where you're entering a NOLO plea to keep your license from being suspended. It's also gonna tell you how do you get in contact with the folks to make your payment over time, okay? So if you pay it off, then it's pay only probation, but when you pay it off, probation's over with. So if you need 3 weeks, you paid in 3 weeks, you're done in 3 weeks, okay?
Thank you so much.
No worries. You can go ahead and disengage and just look out for that email.
Okay, so I'm good to leave right now, or?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, much then.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right, so then we have Mr. Farrell.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Farrell, you were charged with following too close. Was this an accident, sir?
Yes.
Okay. And what is your plea to the charge?
NOLO.
All right. That fine is $550. Are you able to pay that today, or do you need some time?
I need a couple of weeks. Can I have 3 weeks to pay it?
Yes, sir. So we're going to send you an email with instructions on how to pay it in 3 weeks. Did you put your email into the chat?
Yes, sir.
All right. And we have that. Any one of the ladies?
1 second.
Who's checking?
Yes, we got it.
Okay. So Ms. Farrell, we have your email. We're gonna send you your plea form where you're gonna enter a NOLO plea to this charge. You're gonna pay the fine of $550 over time. The information will be in the email on how you make that payment, okay?
Okay,
All right, so you can go ahead and disengage, sir. Thank you.
thank you.
All right, so Madam Clerks, that's a plural. Whoever's in the courtroom, you want to let me know how would you like to better organize this? Them coming up to the camera. I don't necessarily want to go through calling a calendar because if it's only 15 people in there, we can just take them in order, however you guys want to arrange it, and we'll just find them on the calendar as you bring them up.
Okay, we're both in.
Oh, well, okay. That'll make it go fast. All right, can we make an announcement to see if anybody in the courtroom needs an interpreter?
We already have those who need to.
¿Alguien en la sala que necesite un intérprete en español?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, can we get that person's name? Maybe we can take them first.
All
Por
right.
favor, denos el nombre.
She's coming up. She was here first, so.
Juan de Souza.
Juan Jesús, ¿qué?
Juan.
Hold on, sir. Stay right there. Karen Gámez.
Juan Jesús, ¿el apellido?
He's on page 4.
Okay. Karen Gamez Giron.
Sí.
Okay. You see her, Madam Interpreter? She's on page 4 of the calendar.
Okay, Karen Gámez Girón.
Yes,
Okay, I don't think I printed that page.
that's all right.
Okay. I got her.
Okay, so Ms. Giron has 2 charges.
Señora Girón tiene 2 cargos.
Driving without a valid license in violation of restriction of driver's license.
Por manejar sin licencia y por quebrantamiento de las restricciones de la licencia.
And how does she plan on pleading to the charge?
¿Cómo se declara el cargo?
No.
Nolo.
Okay. Ms. Payton or Ms. Yates, correct me if I'm wrong, but she has not had a license, is that correct?
Correct. This is unlicensed.
Okay. So we can't take a NOLO on that because she's never had a Georgia license.
Que no podemos aceptar un nolo porque nunca ha tenido licencia para conducir.
Okay, soy culpable.
I am guilty.
Okay. I am going to, because this looks like this violation of the driver's license, I'm going to dismiss that charge. But I'm
Que
going to,
por-
sorry, go ahead.
¿Qué tal parece que es un quebrantamiento a la licencia de conducir? Voy a retirar ese cargo.
So she's pleading guilty to the driving without a valid license, and I'm dismissing the violating restriction of driver's license charge.
Así es que se está declarando culpable por manejar sin licencia válida, pero voy a retirarle al cargo de la del quebrantamiento a la restricción de manejar sin licencia.
Ms. Payton or Ms. Yates, what is the fine amount on the driving without a valid license? Because I think what's on here is the total of the 2.
760.
760, okay.
Es que el total es 760.
Is she pay that today? I'm sorry, is she able to pay that in 2 weeks or does she need more time?
¿Lo puede pagar hoy o va a necesitar más tiempo?
Hice un pago de $910.
I made a payment of $910.
Okay, and does she want to apply that payment to her fine?
¿Y usted quiere aplicar ese pago a su multa?
Sí,
Yes.
Can we check, Ms. Payton, can we check that we have that payment?
She said she paid it to the county. We have not received that just yet. Yeah, but we don't have the actual money, so we can't do anything until we get that payment from Clayton County.
Okay, so Madam Interpreter, can you let her know she has 2 choices? She can either go ahead and take care of the 760 within 2 weeks, or
Que puede pagarlo en 2 semanas, los 760, o
actually, I messed up when I said the or. That's the only option that she has. We can give her time to pay it, but it has to be paid. If Clayton County sends the money over, then it will be forwarded to whomever paid the amount.
Sí que a Clayton County se le pagó el dinero, entonces quien haya pagado ese dinero se le regresa a esa persona. Pero aquí tiene que pagar, es la única opción que tiene de pagar el dinero.
Para pagar ahora, ¿cuánto es lo que tengo que pagar?
So what's the total that I have to pay now?
$760.
$760.
And she can pay it in 2 weeks. If she can pay it today, that's fine, but she has up to 2 weeks to pay it.
Que le están dando 2 semanas para pagarlo. Si puede, si lo paga ahora está bien, pero le están dando 2 semanas.
Está bien. Ok, los pago hoy entonces.
I will go ahead and pay it today.
Okay, please tell her that whoever paid the 910 at Clayton County can go down there and see if they can receive their that cash bond back from them once they get a copy of the disposition from our court.
Que la persona que haya pagado allá en Clayton los $910 que puede ir allá para que le regresen el dinero que pagaron de la fianza en efectivo, que
Entiendo.
ya el caso va a estar listo ya con la disposición para el miércoles, para que vean que ya resolvió el caso.
Entiendo. Para el próximo miércoles.
So I understand for next Wednesday that they'll have the case ready. The
Well,
disposition ready.
so, yes. So she can get the disposition from us by next Wednesday and take that to Clayton County to let them know the case is over so she can get her bond back.
Si quiere prueba para llevar allá al condado de Clayton que va a estar listo el miércoles que viene, si necesita llevar ese comprobante para que le regresen el dinero.
Entiendo.
I understand.
So if she can have a seat in the courtroom, they'll take her payment from her shortly.
Así es que puede tomar asiento ahí en la sala y ahorita le van a tomar el pago.
Can I have your plea form, the form that you filled out?
Dele su hoja de la declaración.
So Madam Clerk, was there anybody else in the courtroom that needed Spanish interpreter?
Yes, hold on one second. So what's your name?
Juan de Souza.
Okay, on page 3, we have Juan de Souza.
Okay.
So Mr. De Sosa,
Sí, señor.
you were charged with driving without a valid license. What is your plea to the charge?
Señor de Sosa, se le acusa por manejar sin licencia. ¿Cómo se declara ese cargo?
Aquí veo que hay 3 posibilidades. Dice no lo contendré. No sé qué significa eso.
I see that there's 2 options here. One is nolo contendere. What is that?
So the NOLO in this case would stop his license from being resuspended. I'm sorry, for his license. He would be able to use it to that plea to get a license if he's eligible for a license.
Que esa declaración es para que no le suspendan, no le vuelvan a suspender la licencia. Si usted puede sacar la licencia, entonces no va a estar suspendida cuando la tenga que sacar.
Que yo ya tengo mi licencia en este momento, actualizada.
I already got my license now.
So that NOLO plea would stop his current license from being suspended for the charge.
Entonces, si se declara nulo, entonces eso para de que le suspendan su licencia.
Ok, eso es lo más conveniente.
So that is the most convenient.
Well, so the other 2 options, not guilty, he would have to come back for a trial. Guilty, they would suspend his current license if he pled guilty.
Las otras 2 opciones es de que no culpable, va a tener que regresar a juicio, y el otro es de culpable, que si se declara culpable, entonces le suspenderían su licencia.
Ok, entonces no lo.
Okay, de nulo.
That fine is $760. Is he able to pay that in 2 weeks?
Esa multa son $760. ¿Puede pagarlo en 2 semanas?
Pues,
Or does he need more time?
¿O necesita más tiempo?
Y más tiempo.
Yes, more time.
All right. All right, so Mr. De Sosa, you can go ahead and have a seat. They're going to get you information in reference to making the payment over time.
Ok, tome asiento y ahorita le van a dar información cómo pagar la multa con el tiempo.
De acuerdo, gracias.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Was there anybody else who needed the assistance of the interpreter in the courtroom?
Yes, we have one more.
Okay.
And she's coming up right now. And she is on page 3 as well. She's above the guy that was just up here.
Okay, so that's gonna be Cruz Villalora,
Villatoro.
Villatoro. Oh, I messed that up. Villatoro. Okay. All right, Ms. Villatoro, you were charged with a leash law violation.
Señora Toro, se le acusa de un quebrantamiento a un lazo.
Sí, se escapaba mi perro.
Yes, for a dog.
And what's your plea to the charge?
¿Cómo se declara ese cargo?
¿Me puedo declarar no lo contendré?
Can I plead nolo contendere?
Yes.
Sí.
That fine is $315. Is she able to pay that in 2 weeks or does she need more time?
Esa multa son $315. ¿Usted lo puede pagar en 2 semanas o necesita más tiempo?
¿Lo puedo pagar hoy?
I could pay it today.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Villaloro, if you have a seat, they will come back to you and get that payment from you before you leave the building.
Tome asiento y ahorita la llaman para que haga el pago antes de que se vaya.
All right, ladies, however you want to proceed, but is that it for the Spanish interpreter? Can we let? her-
Yes. That is it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Anna.
That's it?
That is it. That's
Okay.
anybody else who comes is going to be a FTA and we'll have to reset them.
Okay. Thank you. If you need me, just send me an email.
No worries. All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
All right, ladies, so who do you want to bring up first?
It's up to you. If you can go down, you can, which is on the first page. I think there's the top 3 people, they're here.
Okay, so Cassandra Alcosiba.
She's coming up now.
Ms. Alcosiba,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon. You were charged with a basically a hands-free violation is what it looks like. Is this the first time you've had that charge?
Yes.
Okay.
And I kind of, at first they had gave me this. Basically because at first it was to them, to the cop, the first cop that was there. It wasn't my fault.
Oh, you're talking about an accident,
Yeah, so yeah, that's what it was.
but you're not being charged with an accident. You're only charged with a hands-free violation. I only have one ticket for you right here on my calendar. And
Oh.
that's for failure to exercise. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he changed it.
Failure to exercise due care.
Yes, so the first officer had already sent me off with this ticket. And I had went to Family Dollar down the road and then came back and a second officer gave me this one.
What does that ticket say?
This one says exercise due care. The first one says, well, it doesn't say nothing. It just, it's a subpoena, she said.
Okay.
Yes, and I guess what changed his mind was a video that him and the other person seen, but I didn't see it.
All right, so what is your plea to the charge?
I'm not guilty.
Okay. And can you go ahead and give me your email address?
Yes, it's my last name, Alcosiba, CAS 93@gmail.com.
Okay. Madam Clerk, do you want her to hang around for the not guilty plea, or are we just gonna email her the information with the court date? She's turning in her plea sheet in there in court, correct?
Yes, we'll email her the information.
Okay, so Ms. Akasiba, you're free to go. We're gonna email you your new court date. And that's when you'll come back and have your trial with the other driver that was involved and the officer present, okay?
Okay, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So then I have Jaron Alexander,
He's coming up.
Duran,
Thank you.
Mr. Alexander.
How you doing?
Good afternoon. You're charged with failure to yield the right of way. Was this an accident also?
Yes,
Okay, and what is your plea to the charge, sir?
not guilty.
Okay. And Mr. Alexander, can you give us your email address?
It's DAKID,
You don't have an email address?
KID,
Was it D or D?
D as in dog,
Okay, DA,
KID as in dog.
Okay.
The number 2, TALL @gmail.com.
All right, let me just make sure I got that right. D as in dog, AKID as in dog, 2, the number 2, TALL @gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have your not guilty plea. We're going to make sure that you turn in your plea form while you're there in court. We're going to email you your new court date, and that email will have instructions on whether it's in person or on Zoom. But in any event, just look out for that email with the instructions, okay?
All right, I have one question real quick. It was because I was involved with the person that just left with him up there. The video is supposed to get subpoenaed to court. How does that work? Because if it don't get subpoenaed to court, then I have it myself in my phone.
Yeah, so you just bring yours with you.
All right,
The officer, she has to subpoena the video if she wants it, if she doesn't have a copy of it. But if you have a copy, you bring your copy with you.
all right.
Okay. All right, so you're free to go, sir.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right, so then I have Terrence Bacchus. Is there Terrence Bacchus in court?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bacchus?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So you were charged with a traffic control device offense. What is your plea to the charge, sir?
Not guilty.
Not guilty, all right. And can we get your email address, sir?
Yes, yes. Tia. Yes, sir.
If you'll tell him your email address.
It's T as in Tom,
Uh-huh.
N as in Nancy, T as in Tom, T as in Tom, E as in Echo, R as in Romeo, R as in Romeo, O as in Orange, U as in
Umbrella?
L as in Larry, U as in United, S as in Sam.
And where is that?
At hotmail.com. So
What is that? Where is it located? At Gmail or what?
at hotmail.com.
At Hotmail. Okay. All right, thank you, sir. We're going to, if you turn in your plea sheet, we're going to email you your new court date. We'll see you then, okay? You're free to go.
That's my deal was today.
Well, step to the side first. So you're pleading not guilty, so the officer needs to be there, whatever witnesses.
Jared Battle?
They did it the last time you were the same charge.
Yes.
Is there a Jared Battle in court?
Don't believe so.
Okay, so that's a FTA at 134.
Tell you why, but you have to reset you, it'll be next year, it'll be in March of next year.
And then I have a Alejandro Villalobos.
So we'll give you the new, we'll email you the new court.
This was reset for the attorney to show deportation order.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, so we'll still mark him down as FTA because I don't think any attorneys logged on, right? Okay, and then I have Gary Bostick.
He's coming up right now.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Bostic, how are you doing, sir?
Doing fine today.
You were charged with a defective or no headlight charge. What is your plea to this charge, sir?
I wanted to see if I could plead no, but no. It was out. I'm guilty.
Okay.
I was
So
coming. I was
my
coming. to
information
work.
is that a NOLO is not available to you on this particular charge. Your options then become guilty or not guilty.
No, I'm guilty. It was out. It was coming to work 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. So the fine is $135, sir. I'm going to reduce it down to $75. Are you able to take care of that today or in 2 weeks, or you need some time?
No, I'll take care of it today.
So solicitor,
Yes.
it appears that he may be eligible for a NOLO. He has a driving without a valid license. He pled NOLO back in 2018.
For driving without a valid license?
Right, that was the NOLO plea.
Okay, so yeah, you are available. I mean, you do have a NOLO available for this moving violation if you want to use it. The thing is, it's about 2 points for the headlight requirement. It's about 2 points. I don't know if you want to use your NOLO for something more important in the future. It just,
I'll do. I'll save it.
okay.
Ain't
All right,
looking to do
stick
no more
with-
offense, but yeah, I'll save it.
All right, so make sure that you turn in your plea sheet. You said you're going to pay that fine today. And just hang out in the courtroom so they can take that payment from you, okay?
That 2 points go off. How long before that you get that back?
So the points drop off every 2 years. So by the end of next year, those points will go away. Okay? But you're good to go. Just hang out in the courtroom until they can take that payment from you, and then you can have a nice day after that, sir.
Okay, you do the same.
Solicitor,
Yes, ma'am.
being that it's just the two of us, we're not taking payments today.
Oh, okay. So then we need email address information then. Is that?
And we have it.
Okay, all right. So, sir, you're free to go. Just follow the instructions in the email on how to make that payment.
Okay, what was that payment? Is it like I could come any day up to the window and make it?
Yeah, but because they're in court right now, there's no telling when they'll be able to take payments. So we don't necessarily want you hanging around till 5 o'clock.
No, I work here in Forest Park. I work with waste management, so I'm in the area.
Yeah, so you can come by tomorrow, make the payment first thing, or whenever you get a chance tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. I'm sorry, ladies. I just, for some reason, I've been telling everybody to hang out there. Did y'all release those other people from the courtroom?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So I got Christopher Brown next. Is Christopher Brown in court?
He's on the way.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Brown, you were charged with hands-free device charge and driving on a suspended license. Do you currently have a license?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right, and what is your plea to the 2 charges?
No.
Madam Clerk, I see a note that says a NOLO is not available. Is it not available for the moving violations or for the suspension?
It's for the moving violation.
Okay, so he does have a NOLO available for the license charge.
Correct.
Okay. So we can't accept the NOLO on the wireless device charge, sir. That's going to have to be a guilty. That fine is $50. On the license charge, you do have a NOLO available, which will keep your license from being suspended. The total charge is $810 for both fines. Are you able to take care of that in 2 weeks, or do you need some time?
I can do it today.
There you go.
Also, they're not able to take payments today because they're in court.
Okay.
So you
That's
can come
fine.
by anytime after today and make the payment.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, and you were able to turn your plea sheet in. Can you make sure that you have your email address on that form? That way they can contact you via email to give you the total amount and give you
Yes, sir.
how to make the payment.
I did.
All right, thank you, Mr. Brown. You're free to go.
Okay, so you'll see her, but I need to confirm this email address.
Because I'm trying to write it better, I hate writing someone with YOOEA@gmail.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you'll step over and see her.
Thank
she
you.
can Give you a form.
Okay, then I have a Tian
Yeah.
Dejanay.
You want both on Tuesdays? I'll come back on Tuesday.
Is that person in court? Tion Dejanay.
I don't believe they're here.
This was a 90-day compliance from Judge Freeman. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it down as a FTA, and this is at 140. Then I have a Shantisha Dugan. Is that person in court?
Shantisha Dugan. It does not appear that they're here.
Okay, FTA at 140. And then we drop down to Oscar Hernandez. Oscar Hernandez. I'm gonna assume they're not present in court. That's an FTA at 140 also. What about Larry Hill?
Larry Hill. Does not appear that they're here.
All right, that's an FTA also at 141. Jalen Jones. Jalen Jones.
Does not appear that they're here.
Just come back.
FTA at 141. Doris or Angelica Lopez.
She's here. She's on her way up.
Okay.
It's recorded and everything. Oh, work. Yeah. one second.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Ms. Lopez, you were charged, well, you have 3 charges. 2 of those are suspendable offenses. What is your plea to the charge?
Nolo.
Okay. And it looks like you are eligible for a NOLO. So all 3 charges, the fine amount is $1,895. Are you able to pay that within 2 weeks or do you need some time?
Can I get 3 weeks?
Okay, so you need more than 2 weeks. We'll give you that time and you can just pay it off whenever you get a chance more.
And that's the total for all 3 of them?
Correct.
Okay.
And can you make sure that the court has your plea sheet and your email address?
We have it.
Okay, so Ms. Lopez, you are free to go. Look out for the email with the information on how to make the payment over time, okay?
Great, thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
And just bring it back.
Then I have Raul Mondragon. Raul Mondragon. FTA at 143. Shabayon Newsom.
She's coming up right now.
Ms. Newsom,
How you doing?
good. You were charged with failure to yield the right of way.
I'm-
This wasn't an accident, was it?
Yes, sir.
It was? Okay, what is your plea to the charge? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No.
NOLO, okay. It appears that a NOLO is not available in your case. I don't know when the last time you used one, but it had to be within the last 5 years. So your options are guilty or not guilty.
Guilty, sir.
Okay, that fine is 135. Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks or do you need some time, more time?
I can pay it today. Well, I know they're not taking payments, but I can come up here tomorrow and pay. I live in Forest Park.
Okay. And can you make sure that they have your email address on that form before you leave the building today?
Yes, sir.
All right, as long as you do that, then you're free to go and we will see you whenever you make that payment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so the next person I have is
Mark, yeah, well, just
Mark
Mark, do it. Put
Ming
your-
Van No. Ming Van No.
Coming up right now.
He's coming up, okay.
Yeah.
On you, Chef.
Good, Mr. Noel. You have 2 charges, striking a fixed object and failure to report an accident. What is your plea to those charges, sir?
I'm Julie. I'm Chit. I'm Thai, and rồi xanh rồi I don't see.
Okay. Are you able to understand what I'm saying, sir? Do you understand the charges?
Yeah.
Do you understand what entering a plea means? Your options: guilty, not guilty, or nolo contendere.
Yeah.
Which one are you pleading?
Yeah.
Which one? Guilty, not guilty, or nolo contendere?
Guilty.
You're doing a guilty?
Yeah.
Okay. That total fine is $655. Are you able to pay that within 2 weeks, or do you need longer?
Okay.
2 weeks?
Yeah. Right.
All right, so they can't take the payment today, but we're going to put you down for 2 weeks. We do need you. Do you have an email address, sir?
Yeah.
All right. The total amount of the fine is $655. Can you make sure that you provide your email address to the clerk before you leave there today?
I payment right here.
You can pay on Monday if you want, but you can't pay it today.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so make sure that you give them your email address, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so you're free to go. Once you give them your email address, you can leave.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
That's it.
That is it.
Yeah.
Just
Thank
make
you,
sure you
sir.
give your email address. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Julie Prater.
You said Saturday.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a Julie Prater in court?
It doesn't appear that they're here.
Okay. And that's going to be an FTA at 147. Joshua Simon.
He's on his way up.
Is it Simon or Simon, sir?
Simon.
Simon. Mr. Simon, you were charged with failure to yield the right of way. Was this an accident?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is your plea to the charge, sir?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. All right. And can you make sure that you, well, actually, let me get your email address.
Joshua Simon. .4541 @gmail.
Not that one.
I was wondering if I could get it bound over to state court.
Yeah, you absolutely can. You want to just go ahead and bind it over?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so just, you are going to look out for your notice from state court. You will not get anything back from Forest Park after today's date. They will be contacting you in reference to this case, okay?
Correct.
All right, so you're free to go, sir.
You should have set us out for me, that way we can bind it over.
Next, I have Benny Sprouse.
He's been a reset.
Okay. What about Latasha Stevens?
She's coming up right now.
All right.
Today is the 12/7.
I'll take it up.
Ms. Stevens? Hey, Ms. Stevens, you were charged with a stop sign violation. What is your plea to the charge?
Nolo, I think is, can I do that?
Yes, you have a NOLO available. That fine is $135. Can you pay it today or do you need some more time? I'm sorry, 2.
Well, I'll pay it within the 2 weeks.
Okay. And can we get your email address, please?
Absolutely.
What is it?
I'll give it to you or give it to her?
You'll tell her.
Tell me.
All right.
Okay, I have Tasha, TASHA DA, the number 1 beauty, BEAUTY @gmail.com.
You just come back up here and pay, okay? Clear?
All right, we have that information. You can go ahead and leave. We're gonna email you instructions on how to make the payment within 2 weeks, okay?
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you. All right, so then April Stevenson,
Yeah, back here.
April Stevenson.
Right here, sir.
Oh, there you go. All right, Ms. Stevenson, you were charged with a leash law violation and an inoculation charge. What is your plea to the charge, ma'am?
Not guilty.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Guilty. All right, so Ms. Stevenson, can I get your email address?
Yep, it's my first name, April, April,
Yeah.
with a period. My
Uh-huh.
last name, Stevenson. The number is 424
Okay,
and at Gmail.
at Gmail. All right, so Ms. Stevenson, we're going to email you your next court date. Just look out for that email. You'll be free to go, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mohammed Tori or Torre.
All right, thank you.
And I just wait to hear something from you.
From Clayton County State. Court.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're
How you doing,
welcome.
sir?
Thank you.
Good, Mr. Torre, you were charged with traffic control device and an insurance charge. What is your plea to the charge, sir?
I would plead no law.
That NOLA will keep your license from being suspended. The total fine on those two charges is $750. Are you able to pay that within 2 weeks, or do you need some more time?
Need some more time, please.
I'm sorry.
And what is your email address, Mr. Torre?
Auto brokers
Yeah, we don't pay within.
with an S. 101@gmail.com.
Yeah, so it'll be 330.
Okay, and that's all right.
Yes, that's why I just want you to have the picture. Now I'm gonna give you the.
All right, that was Auto Brokers with an S, 101@gmail.com.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Torre, you are free to go. You're gonna look out for the email of your new court date. Wait, no, I'm sorry, not the court date. You're gonna receive an email with instructions on how to make your payment over time, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day, sir.
I have one more form for you to fill out for me.
Now, that was it on my end on the calendar. Did I miss anybody? Is there still somebody in court that has not been heard?
You do not have anyone else left.
Well, that was rather efficient. Miss Payton and Miss Yates, we might have to tell Miss Green and Judge Freeman not to show up.
No, we want them to show up. No, but come back here.
You see how easy it was without them? Let me stop talking about Miss Green. I ain't talking about Miss Green. Don't tell her that.
Yeah, we're gonna stop recording. We have.